Mark Webb. Seriously? No one is going to make a pun of that? No one? It's easy. Webb. No? We're just not going to... We're just not going to do that? Alright, let's get started then. The Amazing Spider-Man, directed by Mark Webb and stars Andrew Garfield, Emma Stone, and Ray Ifans as the Lizard, I think is how you pronounce his name. It is about a teenage boy named Peter Parker who gets bit by a radioactive spider and gains attributes of that spider. Being able to stick to a wall, being extremely agile, having a sixth sense where he can tell when things are coming at him, and not being able to create web on his own body organically. Yes, they incorporate the web shooters into this. I was so excited to hear that. Because it gives back Spider-Man, gives Peter Parker back. It shows the audience that he's a smart guy. That he was able to create these webs. They weren't just altered into his body somehow. That he's a smart guy that's able to do this. And that in the field of battle, I guess, if they get damaged, he can't use them. If they run out, he can't use them. I love that fact about Spider-Man, that he has these abilities of a spider, like the strength and all that, but not everything that he has to create on his own. That's fantastic that they incorporated that. Andrew Garfield as Peter Parker was fantastic. You can see that when he was, before the spider bite, he was an outcast in school, socially awkward, was picked on a lot, and then when he gets bit by when he gets bit by the spider and dons the outfit of Spider-Man, he gains confidence. He is able to talk to Gwen Stacy. He is able to crack jokes when he's in costume. He feels better and he feels stronger when he's Spider-Man. And that's how Spider-Man should be. And the fact that when he's in battle he cracks a bunch of one-liners that you still laugh at, Andrew Garfield is Peter Parker in my opinion. He was phenomenal in this. Best choice. Not just Andrew Garfield, everybody in this film's acting was phenomenal. Martin Sheen as Uncle Ben, Gwen Stacy, Emma Stone as Gwen Stacy, Ray Ifans as the Lizard. They were all fantastic. There was so much chemistry between them, especially Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone. It's fantastic acting all around. And speaking of Martin Sheen, the build up to his death in this film was so much better than Sam Raimi's 2002 version. He was in the film longer, I felt. He was given more dialogue. He said more wise things. You get more of a sense of, you get more of a character of what Uncle Ben is, and you start feeling more for him, and you feel for Peter Parker. And when he gets shot, I cried. Yeah, I got teary-eyed in the theater. I like Uncle Ben. This one did a great job of building up to his death, and it really makes you feel for Peter after his death. But on the other side of that, they did something in this film with Martin Sheen's portrayal as Uncle Ben that isn't really his fault. It's more of the writers of this film's fault, and it's something that's unforgivable in my opinion, is that Martin Sheen never says, with great power comes great responsibility. He hints at it, and he says other forms of it. If you really read into his dialogue, you understand what he's saying, but he never says those exact words. And that's the driving force of what Spider-Man is. That's what created Spider-Man. When he was younger, he used his powers for himself, like you saw in like the Sam Raimi ones, to make money in wrestling. And he does something in here that's kind of the same build-up but a little bit different, that he never really used them right, and then Uncle Ben says those words, and then he gets killed off, and Spider-Man starts becoming the Spider-Man that we all know. And to leave that out of the film, it's just terrible in my opinion. Then you lose half that driving force. Yeah, we all know the line, but it still needs to be seen in a Spider-Man movie. And also, I'll be the first one to tell you, when they released photos of the costume originally way back, I hated the costume. And after seeing the movie, I still hate the costume. I hate that they changed it. It's iconic. That's what made Spider-Man Spider-Man, is the way he looks. Sam Raimi's movies, whether you liked him or you hated him, the costume was right. He looked like Spider-Man. He was straight out of the comics. And I understand that they wanted to change it up a bit, that they wanted to have their own idea of the costume. But I hate it. I hate this costume so much. You can't just change the way an iconic character looks, in my opinion. And to completely change Spider-Man's costume and not to have with great power comes great responsibility is a bad Spider-Man movie. No, I'm not saying this movie is bad, because it is not. It is a fantastic movie. This one I liked a little bit more than the original 2002 Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield was perfect in this. He's definitely one notch above Tobey Maguire. Was a fantastic film. Acting all around was phenomenal. The story was better. The incorporation of the web shooters was fantastic. But I hate the fact that they left out some key parts of Spider-Man, that the dialogue wasn't completely there, that the costume was changed, and there's a few little things in there that I didn't really like. But overall, I'm going to give The Amazing Spider-Man an 8.5 out of 10. Definitely go check it out. So let me know in the comment section below, what is your preference on the costume? Do you like the comic book versions and the Sam Raimi version of the costume? Or do you like this new one? Do you like neither of them, or do you like them both equally? Let me know. Also, if you enjoyed this review, please hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. As well as leaving me a rating. I really appreciate that as well. My name is Mikey, and this is another episode of Colossal Analysis, and I will see you guys next time.